Hey, what's going on YouTube? So my name is Kevin, and this is actually the second time I'm recording this video, so I'm going to try and make it a little bit shorter than I did last time, and I don't know what happened to the audio, but anyway, today I do want to talk about the features on this car. I said I was going to make a video on it, and yeah, here's how it goes. So there is a lot of features to this car. I'm not going to probably go into full detail because, like I said, it is the second time recording it, and spent 45 minutes recording the first one. But if the first one goes, if the first one's audio actually works, I'll go ahead and put that up. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to talk about is the steering wheel. And the steering wheel, you have your turn signals and wiper switch here. Then you have your standard park, drive, reverse, and neutral here. And you have your cruise control and autopilot. Cruise control is while you're in driving, you click it one time down like this, and that activates your cruise control. You click it twice down, and that's your autopilot. And then up here is your parking brake on the side. Also a cool feature with the autopilot, if you click it down 4 times, it does the a full self-driving capability, and it starts playing chimes in lanes and rainbows on the lanes and things like that. It makes a whole bunch of really awesome noises. So next thing I want to talk about is the steering wheel. So on the steering wheel, this has multiple functions. Everybody asked for this. On the left hand side, this controls the volume and the steering wheel input as to how far forward you want the steering wheel to come near you, up, down, whatever you want. And then it also adjusts the mirrors. That's pretty much how you adjust it. What is it, left, right, whatever you want to do. Pretty much the settings are all here. I'll go into that in detail, but anyhow, that's how you set that up. And then this here on the right is pretty much your cruise control and autopilot speed. This basically sets your autopilot, your navigation, and things like that. Whether if you want to do commands like open glove box, right? And it pretty much just comes up with that. Comes up with the pin. That's all your commands. You want to send a text message, this is the button. You hold it down, and it listens to a voice command, activates the voice command, things like that. Here is your door to open up the door here. That's your door button, your standard Windows procedures and whatnot. There is an emergency handle. This is only for emergencies. Do not ever use this. Just use the door handle. The door button right there. That's how that works. And then pretty much, yeah, you got your hazard lights up here. You have your standard 4 LED bulbs all the way in the back, and your standard 2 up front, 2 in the rear, and yeah, that's how that works. But over here you have your controls, pretty much whether if you want to do mirror steering, wipers, fold mirrors, child lock, window lock, glove box, things like that. That's for your controls. Pedals and steering, whether if you want to do sport mode, steering, comfort, whether if you want to do things like that, stop mode, there's that. That's all your for driver behavior, car behaviorability and things like that. Whether if you want to drive in sport mode, casual mode, things like that, chill mode. And then you have your charging rate. It tells you this is where you adjust your amperage, when you want to schedule your departure, how much you paid the last time around, things like that. And yeah, you could adjust it from here. You have your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. This car has Wi-Fi and 4G. You can connect to your phone, connect to whatever you want. You can download your easy entry. You have your home button, link your My IQ. You have your Bluetooth up there. You can click that. I'm going to close that out too. This is your standard GPS system. Your standard GPS, pretty much you can navigate to wherever you want. Let's say Miami, you know what I mean? Okay, let's do this. Miami Beach, Florida. Right? Comes up with all the winds. The supercharger, supercharger stations all the way down. You have your Pretty much all the supercharger stations all over the country you can bring that up to. You got your traffic, you have your waypoint, and you have your compass. I mean, your compass is up here. Then you have your satellite and whatnot display, how you want to do things. You have that, and then you have your, if you want to look up destinations, things like that. Also, if you want to do look up superchargers, superchargers near me. Right? Normally it comes up with it, but there's a whole bunch of Tesla superchargers. See, you pull up all the bunch of superchargers, things like that, tells you the prices and where and whatnot, how much it's going to cost you and where you can go and things like that. That's how you can set that up. I have I have the lock mode. This is the frunk. That's the lock. That's to open the trunk. You hit the open trunk button, and it'll, let me unlock it. It'll open up the trunk, right? You have your open and close the charge port here. You click the bolt button, it'll actually open up the charger. Over here, so going back to charging, autopilot, we have the set speeds and things like that. You can go through all the different settings, limits, offset, collision, forward collision warning, things like that. Lane departure, all that stuff. Locks, child lock, window lock, driver door unlock mode, things like that, whatever you want to do. And yeah, goes from there. Windows up and down, doors, whatever. As your headlights, dome lights, turn signals. That's your lights display. This is your display as well. This this is your appearance. Whether if you want to switch it to light, whether you want to switch it to dark, whether if you want to switch it to auto, I leave it on auto. I leave that on auto as well for the brightness, because that adjusts based on the time of day and whether if it's nighttime, daytime, things like that. I let that adjust by itself, and it's usually pretty good about it. I have no issues with blindness or not being able to see. You have your language, language settings, voice settings, navigation settings, text size, whether if you want to do standard or large, time and whatnot, distance, and then this is all for European stuff. If you want to set it up, whether if you're in a different country and you have if you're on the metric system or you're on the standard system, whatever you want to choose. Then you have your trips. This is where your current and last trips are. Trip A, trip B, whether if you want to reset it, reset current trip, reset trip A, reset trip B, whatever you want to do. Then you have your navigation volume. You can set how loud you want your navigation to be. This is all your navigation settings, whether if you want to go through automatic navigation, trip planner, online routing, void ferries, tolls, use HOV lanes, whatever you want to do. Then you have your Sentry mode, whether if you want to leave it on or leave it off. I leave mine on. Dash cam auto on, or if you want to do it based on a honk. Then you have your delete dash cam footage, clips, or whatever, or if you want to format a USB drive. So the standard USB drive in a Tesla Model 3 or just any old Tesla is a 125 gig USB drive that comes from Tesla. They come with it already installed there in the glove box. But for me, pretty much what I do is, what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to install a 3 terabyte drive and format it into the car. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I have no issues doing so. And yeah, we could get that formatted and show you guys how to format a drive and whatnot, and it could hold up to 3 terabytes from my understanding. And I'll walk you through that and how to do it and whatnot, and we'll do it as I'm doing it for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. And we have the mobile access, pin to drive, pretty much where if you were to hit the brake to start driving, it won't let you drive the car without a pin. So I'm going to put my pin in really quick. And there you go, allows me to drive. All right, same thing with the glove box. Open glove box. All right, it won't allow me without my pin. See, if I put an incorrect pin, it won't allow me. Now there's the open pin. Now the flash drive I was talking about, it's right here. So I'm gonna show you another how-to video on how to format a 3 terabyte drive into it, and go from there. I think it's 3 terabytes, Now it may just be one. I'm going to figure out how much I could format into it and then go from there, and then I'll show you guys how to do a how-to video on that. But anyway, that goes for that. So going back to the car settings, navigation, and safety and security, we got Sentry mode, things like that, and that's how we set that all up. Chimes, and goes from there. Job mode or Joe mode is pretty much it doesn't annoy the rear passengers. This is for your service settings, whether if you have whether if you want a tire pressure reading, when it was last read, owner's manual car wash mode, adjust headlights, towing, wheel and tire notifications, things like that. Then you have your software, pretty much tells you your odometer, how many miles you have on the clock. And hey, sorry guys, my GoPro died. So pretty much I'm gonna walk through the rest of the car. Then you have your upgrades over here. This is just pretty much whether if you want to do any sort of upgrades, subscribe to anything like that. Definitely subscribe to my channel though. If you have not done so, please go ahead and do so. It'll definitely really help out, and I appreciate it. Thank you. But anyway, going back to the next thing here, we have our AC right here. Pretty much. Oh, by the way, in order to access all of this, hold on. So in order to access the controls, you hit this button down here, and it brings that up. To access the AC, it's right over here. You have your front AC, auto, what is it, front defrost, rear defrost, AC. This is controls how far you want it. You can go through, use the button, or you can press it here. And then this is your recirculation. You could also reschedule it too if you want to schedule when you leave, so that this way, whether if you want to put the heating on or AC on or whatever, a certain temperature, it'll set the car up just fine, no problem. Now the best part about it is you have your up, down, up, middle, down, and you have your rear over here. That's just your standard. The rear fan all on or all off. It'll turn on all the rear seats. Right over here, this has rear heated and air-cooled seats, and it also has front heated and air-cooled seats as well, and that's pretty much right there. Whether if it's on auto or whatever you want to do, it's also got heated and air-cooled steering wheel, defrost, and then you have that set up for auto. Whatever you want to do, however you want to set it up. You have your front heated and air-cooled seat over here, and this one, the right side is for the passenger here, left side is for me. Anyway, now with this, you have this is the real best part. So in order to adjust the front, the middle AC vent here, this entire thing is an AC vent all the way across. So you could adjust it by doing this and moving it up and down, whatever you want to do, or you can move it inwards, right, left or right, outwards, and you can move it up and down, whatever you want to do. And the same thing for this side as well. You also have keep mode, which pretty much keeps the climate keeps the climate mode enabled, whatever you want to do, whatever your perfect setting is. You also have dog mode. Dog mode keeps it nice and cool in here for the dogs as well, just enough for them. And you also have camp mode. Camp mode allows you to keep the car on until 20%, and it'll bring it all the way down to about freezing cold temperatures of like 59 degrees, and it'll keep it on there. So this way it allows you to sleep in your car and yeah, roll down the seats and whatnot, make this car basically a mini tent, which is nice. So I'm going to shut that off, so this way we can just keep going. Now we have the call features. This is pretty much your standard calls, text, things like that, calendar, all your contact lists, and this is all your radios. Pretty much this is your standard, what is it, your streaming radio stations that come up. Then you have your standard radio, whatever you want to choose. This is all the radio stations that you got here. You have hundreds to choose from, whatever you want. Different states even too, multiples of each station or station number, whatever you want to choose here. Then you have your Bluetooth setting. Then you have Tidal, right? You have streaming, Spotify, karaoke, TuneIn, Apple Music. These are all different kinds of audio and what is it, music apps and things like that. Whatever you want to do for podcasts, streaming, music, whatever you want to do, you can choose it from there. You have your Bluetooth. Now the best part is you also have your Sentry mode and your dash cam. You have 4 cameras on the, actually 5 cameras on this car. So you have one camera here that monitors you, and then you have another one back here for the front of the front dash camera going that way, and then you have one under the left, what is it, left mirror, one under the right, and then you have one under the just above the license plate and underneath the trunk. That's where your last that's where your final camera is for the rear, and you can see and you get access as while you're driving and things what like that, whatever you want to do. And you know, whether if it's somebody behind you and whatnot, or you want to see how you're going about it, and you could save the dash cam footage here, or what is the Sentry mode here. You can save it, whether if you want to do it via honk or if you want to do it via whatever, constantly looping, whatever you want to do. That's how you save it. Now that's pretty much those settings there. Now you have your front defrost, rear defrost, left seat, heated steering wheel, wipers. You guys already know how to use all of that. You have your dash cam here. This is your dash cam for the front, by the way, and you can choose. This is just a different setting. Pretty much it saves about an hour or 59 minutes worth of footage. So whenever you need to save it, you have about, it'll save the entire hour of your driving, and you could pull it off the flash drive here and upload it, or whatever you need to do for, let's say you get into an accident or something. This is exactly where you grab it from. So there's your dash cam, right? Then you have your energy, how much energy you use and when you use it, whether you're driving or while you're parking. And then this is your consumption, how much your average consumption is. My average consumption is 308 I think it's 308 kilowatt hours per 30 miles, I guess, or something like that. I don't know how to read that thing that well, but anyway, it's projected for 155 mile range with my what is it, with my type of driving. I definitely have a left foot, and I use my or I guess spirited driving. So that's how that works. And then this is based off of 30 miles. This is based off of instant range, average range, and things like that. I've averaged the entire 260 miles, 265 I think was the highest I've ever gotten before I had to fully charge it. But yeah, that's just my average consumption rate, and you know, being in Florida and whatnot, definitely brought it down a lot as I was using the AC a lot. And that's also why I think it's beneficial that you get your heated, your tinted windows, because it brings down the heat and it doesn't use as much power. So anyway, I think that's the best way to go about it. So, and yeah, so pretty much that's it. You have your calendar here. You have your text messages, if it ever loads. Actually, yeah, that's just text messages. You could even do Zoom meetings, whether if you're on a call and whatnot, whatever you want to do from there. Then you have your standard Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Tesla tutorials. By the way, if you're buying a Tesla, definitely watch those, because there's so many things in this car that I'm not even going to be able to go over in a timely manner without boring the hell out of all you guys. Definitely, this is the best way to go about it. If you want to watch all the videos in depth, and they could explain the things a lot better than I could. And that's pretty much there. That's how it is there. Then you have your arcade and toy box, which they're all here anyway. They're all in the same entertainment section. You have all your arcade games that you could choose from, and you have your toy box, colorizer, boombox, sketchpad, whatever you want to choose. Those are all there. You also have your browser. You could go on Google. Let's say let's say google.com, right? You can bring up a Google browser literally in your Tesla, right? Then you have your owner's manual. It'll bring up your owner's manual, adjust the seat, things like that. That's how pretty much whatever you want to know and how you do it. Tesla tutorials, definitely watch those online videos, and the manual app, and whatever you need from there, you can grab it from there. Then you have your Spotify, which we already went through anyway, your Bluetooth, and then these are pretty much all your radio stations down here. And then the last and final thing I do want to talk about is this right here. this is your volume. If you need to adjust it based on the steering, if you don't want to, I mean, if based on the screen, you don't want to use the steering wheel, this is the button for it. You could adjust it like this, or what is it? This way to move it down, this way to move it. I mean, turn it down, turn it up, and then over here you have your volume. I mean, not your volume. You have your audio adjustment or sound adjustment, and this is how you do it: tone, balance. What is it? Tone, balance, options, DJ commentary, explicit content, allow mobile control, sources, things like that, whatever you want to do. And that's pretty much how it's set here. You also have on top, you have your Tesla profile, and it allows you to put it in easy entry, valet mode, driver settings, things like that. Tells you your temperature inside the car, whether if you're recording, whether if you're unlocked, what time it is. If you want to download the footage, turn on the compass, turn on what is it? Airbags and are standard. You do what you want. But if you want to hit the Tesla stations, you hit the Tesla station button right over there, right over here, and it brings up all the Tesla stations and what they're charging, how long they're charging, how fast they're charging, and how much they're charging for each per kilowatt hour and where they are and whatnot. And if you want to navigate to them, you just simply click on it and it'll navigate to you right there, right then and there. So that's the best way to go about it, and it tells you how much range you'll have left when you get there. That's the beautiful thing. So it'll tell you how much percentage you'll have when you get there. I'm not gonna go ahead and start charge it because I don't need to. 79% is just absolutely unnecessary. So I'm just gonna end the trip. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah, there's really not much to it. So your high beams are your standard high beams right over here. You could set it to auto, or you could set it just so you flip it up and it brings up the high beams right over there. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely explained it a lot faster and a lot better, I feel like, than the last one. I feel like this is going to come out a lot better overall. It's better 20 minutes than 45, going through all the features and things like that. And I actually got through, I think, more features than I did in the last one. So anyway, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, I think the next video is going to be some more vlogs, and then eventually I'm going to take it to the dyno, and eventually I'm going to take it to the track and start showing you guys you know, what this thing can do. There's not a lot of people who actually tend to take the SR to the racetrack, or at least show it on YouTube as much, or at least that I've seen. So I'm gonna see what it can do, and you know, give you guys an honest opinion about it. And then I'm gonna take the bicycle as well and see what that can do, just out of curiosity. So probably first what I'll do is a couple vlogs, and then maybe install a trailer hitch for the bike rack in the rear, and you know, bring the e-bike with or something, and then go figure it out from there. But yeah, so for now, you know, maybe even do some bicycle trips with it in the near future. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next video, and take care. Don't forget to like it, rate it, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing, how I can improve, and you know, what I need to do to actually improve my videos and things like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.